Good morning, lovely mamas. This is the Herb Mama Jessica and my littles, and today I'm going to share with you a herbal recipe that I've been using for over 20 years, and I find it incredibly useful. We're going to be making a slippery elm pastel or slippery elm ball, and so these are just little round balls that can be eaten throughout the day for, in this instance, chronic constipation. So I call these the Better Belly Cocoa Balls. My little calls them poop balls. And that's pretty accurate because slippery elm, as the name indicates, is very slippery. It's an excellent demulcent, and it just helps create a nice slippery barrier in the stomach and in the intestines, and does a great job at helping the stomach heal. My little one, my youngest, has really suffered from chronic constipation since birth for a variety of different reasons, and we won't get into that today, but herbs have helped to support us through the process of keeping her regular and helping her stomach heal as much as possible while we address other issues. So I've got a couple of spoonfuls of slippery elm here, and then the other ingredient I'm going to add is one of my favorite digestive herbs, and carminative. So carminatives help relieve gas and bloating, which tends to come along with the constipation. And so this is cardamom, and cardamom has got an amazing smell. It is a little bit pricey, but I think it's definitely worth it. And it doesn't have that heat behind it in its spiciness and flavor like ginger does. So I've got the slippery elm and a little bit of cardamom, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of ginger as my carminatives in this recipe. So we've got our demulcent, which is a slippery elm. It's going to help get things moving again without being a stimulant. It's going to help heal that stomach lining. It's also very beneficial to the healthy gut flora, so that's a good thing in there. It works with the gut flora. So we're going to go ahead and stir this up, and then I'm going to add some coconut oil, and I'm going to add the coconut oil partly as a binder. Coconut oil has a nice flavor to it as well, but also because getting those healthy fats in there will help get things moving again, and that is a good thing when you're dealing with slow transit time in the tummy. So here is our coconut oil. I'm going to be somewhat generous with that, and so I do have portions. If you should decide to subscribe to my channel, you will be eligible for getting the recipes, and I'm working on a patronage website where you can subscribe for a very, very nominal donation and get access to all the recipes. But suffice to say, you don't really have to have a recipe for this. You can just kind of work with it, just being patient to get enough in there. Are you helping? You know exactly what to do. You've made lots of cocoa slippery elm balls, huh? Cocoa belly balls. So this recipe differs from one that you may have seen in the past simply because I'm going to add the cocoa to it, because my littlest, she's got a sweet tooth, and so she likes things to be heavily flavored. Okay, so you lose some patience, sweetie. Normally, particularly if it's for an adult or an older kiddo, I would add some good quality dark cocoa powder, and that's how I would sweeten this. But for this little stinker, she has the sweet tooth, so I'm gonna add a dark chocolate vegan chocolate syrup. And I'm not going to add any additional sweetener. And so again, this will actually add some more fluid and help bind. If you were doing your cocoa or cacao, you could do cacao too and get some extra antioxidants in there. I would add a little bit of maple syrup or honey. Actually, I would recommend the maple syrup because There we go. So this does have some sugar in it. Again, do you hear that? Is it making a funny noise? Is that your favorite part? Okay. There we go. So this is going to be, you know, kind of like a bit of a firm paste when we're all said and done with it, and that's what we're looking for. And then we're going to roll it into the little balls, little anywhere from pea size for an itty bitty little one. I probably do more like an edamame bean size, if that makes sense, if you've ever had edamame beans. Something a little bit larger. No, not that. Than a pea for her age. And she's a toddler now. And so she'll get one of those with each meal or as a snack. So we do it 2 to 3 times a day. Slippery elm can also be really soothing to the respiratory tract. Again, those same demulcent properties help soothe irritated gut mucosa, but also the respiratory mucosa. So it works throughout the entire bodily system to work its magic. And so if you have kind of a dry, irritated cough or a throat thing going on where you just have that dry, scratchy throat that won't go away, it can be really beneficial. These, once I get them rolled up in little balls, I like to roll them in hemp seed. Now, some people like sesame seed. For littles, the sesame seed sometimes is a little bit, it's a stronger flavor and it's a little bit tougher for them to chew. But the sesame seeds are great if you like that as well. Or you could just roll them in cocoa powder, and that just helps keep them from sticking together. Here, let me center that. Here we go. So see, now that we're getting that nice and worked in, and I don't advise making too many of these in advance because they'll taste a little better if they're fresher. They will keep in the fridge for quite a while, for a few weeks at least, maybe even longer depending on, you know, on your fridge and how well you seal them up. So there, that's getting some nice texture and consistency in it. I just want to make sure they're good and stirred up. And I keep them in a glass jar with a small little jelly canning jar, and that works out really well. Okay, and so here I have my bowl with the hemp seed, and I'll show you now. This is a messy process. It's kind of fun, it's kind of messy. Depending on the age of your little one, you might be able to get some help in doing this. It's a good little project. And again, I'm shooting for kind of that butter bean edamame size pieces here. So just about like that. And then I just roll, oops, where did we put our jar? And then I'll plop them in a jar and seal them up. And these are so soothing to the tummy. I love these for any time. Like if you're not sure, you just feel like my stomach just feels like blah and something's just not right. These really help a lot because they are just so soothing. Slippery elm is one of my top 5 favorite herbs for having on hand as a mama. For yourself and for your littles. There's the ball. Do you want to help? There. Roll it in there. There you go. You got clean hands. Mm-hmm. Herb making fun for all ages, huh? Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Herb Mamas. I hope to see you subscribe and join in with the Herb Mama tribe. If you have any questions, be sure to ask or post below or message. If you would like to get a sample of a kit for making your own slippery elm cocoa balls, just message me and we can get you some. If you would like to see other recipes If you have any specific questions or requests, be sure to post below and ask, and I'll make a video on how to do it.